and guess what this tutorial is about? How to blow dry your hair straight in tropical weather. So many people ask me, since I've moved to Malaysia now, so it's obviously tropical weather, humid weather, and surprisingly, no, actually it's not surprising because my hair used to always get super frizzy. I think people who have naturally very curly hair or frizzy hair do absolutely regret leaving their hair out when they're on holiday, and I used to be one of those until I found the right products that work for me. You need to figure out what your hair is like. So is it dry? Is your scalp oily? Does it get really flat very easily? So my hair is quite dry and dehydrated. I don't drink enough water. So the shampoo that actually works for me is anything that usually tends to say for dry hair. So one of the products that I really like is this organic shampoo by John Masters. You can get this from Amazon, you can get it from Sephora. And what I love about it is it actually is very soothing on the scalp, because I have a very sensitive scalp as well, so this works for my scalp. But on top of that, the evening primrose, it's very slightly fragranced, because I don't like very fragranced products either, and it's especially for dry hair. So primrose oil, you know, if you've heard of it before, it's quite nourishing and very moisturizing, so it keeps my hair very sort of silky. So I think first step is to have your hair defrizz by using something that's a little bit more moisturizing and something that just kind of gives you that silky feel. So this is great. Now, conditioner is very important, guys. That doesn't mean use tons of conditioner in your hair. You kind of want to smooth it out. You know, you use conditioner for your clothes, you use conditioner for a lot of other things. And another one from John Masters, as you can see, I go through a lot of this, like this is almost done. And this one is actually called Detangler. So it's actually a conditioner to detangle your hair, so you don't, you know, makes life a little bit easier. You don't end up ripping out half of your hair. And you know, it's a conditioner as well, so it does the trick. So these two work for me really well. Don't go out and buy these, just do the research, and please go and get a shampoo that actually works for you. If you have something that works for you, great. And please, if you're not used to conditioner, start with the conditioner. I think that's you know, that will make a massive difference as well. All you need is a hairdryer, a blow dryer, but you need one that is hot enough to just give you that silky straightened hair without having to then use an electric equipment like a straightener or something on top of it. So I like this one. So this is the GHD Pro. You know, like buy it as a set, because what it does, it comes with this amazing blow dry brush. So it's from GHD as well, and I'm telling you, blow dry brushes do make a difference. I've tried so many different ones, and it's very important that ceramic plated. When they're ceramic plated, what it means is it absorbs the heat. So obviously, if you have a brush that absorbs the heat as well, it just kind of goes through to the other side, and it just almost straightens out your hair quite nicely. So it's really great, and it protects your hair better that way as well, and it doesn't get too hot, if it makes sense. So so I do love the brush, so why not just get the set? So they sell, I think there's a few clips and this other massive clip-on that kind of helps for like curly hair, if you want like a curly look or whatever. So yeah, so first of all, this GHD blow dryer has made a huge difference. If you have very fine hair, however, or you have oily hair, then maybe this might not be the perfect blow dryer. You might want to kind of get you know, blow dry your hair normal, or what you can do is it has settings. So I put it on the highest one and it works for me, but sometimes if I want a bit of volume just at the front and I don't want it so flat, I actually go back down to 2, just so that it's not too hot. So you can play around with it, try it out. I absolutely love it, but I do not use this in London. So in London I have my Babyliss hairdryer. For colder climates, I don't feel this works because this makes my hair really flat, but it works perfectly for tropical countries. So brushes, as I've already explained previously, the blow dry brush. And now the size depends on your hair length. So if you have super thick, super long hair, you might want to go for a slightly thicker, wider, bigger bristle, just because you can control the hair better and you can get a lot of heat throughout a lot of the hair, if that makes sense. If you have medium hair, I think this bristle is quite okay. You know, and it gives you like that soft wave as well if you know how to do it. Otherwise, if you have very short hair, I would say this, or maybe a little bit shorter, just so you can get the volume from the roots as well. So brush size actually makes a difference as well. But you know, on average, I find this size is quite all right, and I think it's a 32 to 35 centimeter. I'm not too sure, but it comes. So I'll put the link up below, and you can check it out, and then you can see how big it is actually. Another brush that you need before you even start blow drying in the first place is you obviously want to brush your hair out. So the Tangle Teaser, I swear by it, and it's great. And so these are the two brushes that you need to blow dry your hairbrush. That's all you need. If you want a comb just to separate and section your hair, fine, but I just think just use the back of your your little finger to do that anyway. So in terms of products, I'm not a huge fan of using products, so I don't actually use any heat protecting serums. Maybe I should, but I never have, and it's worked fine for my hair. I also don't use any hairspray, I don't use any gels, I don't use any of those products. I don't really like to, and maybe, you know, over the years it has been a good thing for me, I'm not sure. But the only thing that I actually like, only because because I color my hair and my hair gets very dry and kind of damaged, I want to kind of like you know, have it smooth and whatever. I like hair oils, and I like the hair oils that are not so thick. So the Moroccan oil, it's a Moroccan oil treatment. You can, it's either this, or what I used to use for years as well is the Way hair oil as well, which I really like as well. It depends, so whatever, you know, your budget is and whatever works for you as well. L'Oreal does a hair serum, hair oil that you can apply on damp hair as well, which used to work for me for many years as well. It's just the Moroccan oil has been amazing, and I actually feel like I've had a lot less split ends ever since I've been using Moroccan oil. So, you know, try it out. So what do? You get in the shower, you obviously wet your hair, and then you put shampoo on, you just like lather it in the roots, and that's what I do, and just give myself a head massage. And I do not actually put any shampoo at the bottom of the hair. I learned this trick at London College of Fashion. They told us not to do that. So I just put shampoo at the top. I don't strip the bottom, because the bottom of the hair doesn't really get oily. It's your roots that get oily because of your scalp, right? So this hair is actually fine, but the more and more you wash this and you put shampoo and you put the whole hair and you just like, you know, tickle it, what basically happens is that you strip the hair from its natural oils, and it becomes even drier at the bottom, therefore more split ends. So try and not put shampoo here, just put shampoo there, and whatever lathers up hair, just kind of like work it through, and just maybe do this a little bit so it just gets cleaned a tiny weeny bit. Now when you use conditioner, you start from the bottom, so you don't actually put conditioner on your head. You can if you want to, but I find sometimes if you use too much conditioner, it can sort of really flatten out your hair, because there's too much product in your head, hence it's heavy, hence it just goes flat, right? So you just want to kind of use it at the bottom. So what I do is I just massage it into the areas that I need conditioning. So the bottom of my head tends to get quite you know, dry, and then just like massage it in, leave it for a few minutes, do other stuff in the shower, and then come back and then just like rinse it off. And make sure you rinse it all off, because the last thing you want is having conditioner in your hair. So yeah, and then once you come out, you basically use a little bit of the hair oil, and I'm just going to use a little bit of the argan oil, just like a tiny amount. So I don't know if you can see, it's like tiny amount, and then just basically get it into your hair, whatever's left. Yep. And then the next step is you get your Tangle Teaser, you split your entire hair into half. Yep. And And instead of starting from the top, I learned this from a blogger, from a hairdresser who actually blogs on Instagram. She said, don't ever start from the top. You end up ripping out a lot of your hair actually. Start from the bottom. So it's just like you just brush from the bottom and you just kind of work your way up. And that way you pull out less hair. See how smoothly I'm like brushing it out without yanking it. And don't worry about this. Honestly speaking, it happens to everybody. Right, once you've brushed it, section your hair into 3 bits. So first you do sort of like ear to ear, not to the crown, less than that. So that's your crown right here. I'm taking a little bit less. So this is kind of where my parting goes. So I'm just gonna twist it, get one of these black massive grips, yeah? So it's like all nice and safe. Now I'm gonna go again from ear, sort of behind the crown of the head. So this is my crown hair right now, okay? So I'm just like taking a bit of hair there, twisting it, and clipping it back too. Okay? Now the rest of the hair is where I start. So I split it into half. So this is my hair right here, and I start blow drying it. So I literally put this on and I start blow drying it until it's super smooth and silky, and you do not straighten over it. You don't need to. So this will be the second one, and you're splitting that into half as well. What you can do here at this point is just comb it through or brush it through. Don't worry about the bottom hair, it's not going to get tangled with that anyway. I'm talking about the dry hair. Okay, let's go. Quick tip, try and blow dry or dry the hair in the direction the hair grows. So don't sort of blow dry this way, always make sure you blow dry that way. If you do it in the opposite direction, you are going to get frizz, and it's going to be very, very hard to tame it. Another tip that I learned from a hairdresser is don't focus too much on the ends of the hair. So don't hold it and put so much heat at the bottom, because that's where you will you'll end up getting the splitter ends. The bottom of the hair, because they're dead. I mean, all your hair is dead, but like they actually end up drying by themselves very, very easily. So you can sort of fix them right at the end, but just focus on your roots and get the volume from the roots. So guys, this is still just blow dried hair, okay? Now I'm gonna do the middle part, and I mean the top half, and here you decide how you want to part it, if you want to give yourself a middle parting or side parting or whatever. So I'm gonna give myself a side parting. Yep, and I'm just gonna comb through it again. Another trick is when you get to the front of the hair and you're doing the front of the hair, because you're more likely to lose hair there and your hair is finer, or you might have a little bit of like patches and whatever. Don't end up putting too much heat on there and make your situation worse. So what you do is just use a lower heat just to do the front of your hair. So I'm on 2. Ta-da guys! This was done with just a hairdryer. No straightener, no products, no hairspray, nothing.